to develop the software and the firmware for the Harlech boards and all the LEDs flashing and so on, you need some simple software called Arduino. Okay, so Arduino is a piece of software that you can download, and it's used to program what you're going to do with the lights and so on. So you're going to download from the arduino.cc website, and I'm going to use Arduino IDE 1.8.13. I'm running Windows, but you can run in Linux and so on, and I've already downloaded it. So typically Arduino is expecting to talk to some very specific boards, right? These are Arduino boards, but in fact for Harlech, you're actually going to be talking to some WeMOS D1 boards. And so the WeMOS D1 Mini, in fact. So you have to modify your Arduino installation just a little bit, and it really is quite simple. So I'm going to, here we go, Arduino, load Arduino. I've already installed it here. And this link here, all the links will be below. This tells you how to add the WeMOS D1 Mini to your Arduino installation. So let's jump back to that real quick. And so the first thing you're going to do, this is the D1 Mini here. There are some which look like a module on here. Those are the ones I have, but they're all the same circuitry. Now the first thing you need to do is install a driver that allows you to talk to the D1 Mini, and the D1 Mini uses this CH340 IC. So you have to install that driver. There's instructions here. You don't need me to repeat them. You can read them at your own in your own time. You're going to install the IDE. That we've already done that, and then you're going to install the ESP8266 board manager. Now what that means, this board manager is what tells Arduino software, hey, we're going to be talking to this WeMOS D1 and so on. And so there's some instructions here that in Arduino you're going to go File, Preferences, and down here there's this comment here that says Additional Boards Manager URLs. You're going to add this link there, and what that's going to do is, bear with me once my IDE catches up, there we go, is when you choose which chip you're going to use here in Tools, right, instead of being an Arduino AVR board such as the Arduino Uno or the Mini or the Micro or something like that, you're going to have this other list. And down here we see WeMOS D1 Mini Lite. That's the one we're going to use, okay? So once you've got that, Arduino now knows, hey, I'm going to be talking to a D1 Mini. I'm going to go to Examples, and I'm going to scroll down here. We want something very, very easy here. But what I want is actually the blink example. And what blink is going to do is it's going to make sure that the board itself is talking, right? And there's a little LED on there. You'll see here there's some description. Blink the blue LED on the module. And this code is public domain and so on. And what you're going to do is press this little arrow upload button. Let's use a different port, COM5. There we go. And thereabouts. Now we have, if you look on the video here, a flashing blue LED. So we've now confirmed that the interface between your computer and your WeMOS D1 is working. So now we have a flashing LED. I'm very happy about that. Now let's plug in our Terrain Tronics board. I'm going to plug in an LED just to prove that it's working. Okay. So here you'll find, if you do a search for Terrain Tronics Harlech Castle, there's an INO file here. An INO file is what Arduino uses. So I'm going to select all this code, copy, open up Arduino, and I'm going to start a new file. Here we go, an empty file, very, very scary. We copy paste, so, and now, oopsie daisy, we can get rid of that. We don't need those words. So everything else here, all this code here is now ready to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure, yeah, this should work out of the box. So we're going to upload. Just give us a moment. Great, we've got a flashing LED. So what this code is actually doing is it's setting up a pattern, which you can see down here, LED test pattern. So this is the pattern for on-off flashing that is used in production It's setting all the pins on, which is with a 1, full brightness, which is a 0, and then for 500 milliseconds, which is about half a second. So it's doing half a second on, then half a second off, then back up to half a second on, half a second off, and so on. Now, by changing these patterns, and there's a couple of other examples here, so what you'll want to do is to comment this out. So what I do to comment big blocks is I highlight it, hit right, and then comment or uncomment. It'll hide these, and I'm going to do a different pattern here. So this one switches all the lights on for half a second, all the lights off for half a second, all the lights back on, all the lights off. So it's doing 2 flashes, and then it's doing every 4th light on and then going up the chain. Very, very similar to the video you may have seen of my runway terrain that I built. So I'll do that, and then I hit upload, and off I go. Pretty easy. So hopefully this video has shown you how to get set up quickly and easily. It's not a complex setup. The WeMOS boards are really easy to plug into and start developing on, and the code is already there for you to get up and running quickly. Come on over to tindy.com. That's where I'm selling these boards. They're available today, a pair of them for about $16 or so, and a little bit of shipping on top, and they'll be with you quickly, easily, and you can put them into your terrain today. Thanks again.